Everyone. I'm Julien Deno, account manager for a startup. And today we have Wajdi, co-founder and CTO of Sifflet. So the floor is yours.
Thank you, Julien. So I'll start by telling a quick story about data observability. If the slides works. Okay, here we are. So prior to Sifflet, I was used to working for companies, helping them making the most of their data. And along my career, I saw so many issues about data. Few of them was memorable, and I will tell you the story of the ARR dashboard. So the ARR dashboard is one of the most important dashboard in a business. Basically, the financial team will look at the ARR dashboard almost daily to see where to invest, where the business is going, is everything okay? And I was part of a team of 20 persons trying to build this dashboard for the CFO. So back at that time, we were managing a complex architecture, a hybrid architecture. We had a batch layer, a streaming layer, nameless technologies. It's needless to say that it was complex. And I remember one day when the CFO came and told us, look at this ARR dashboard. Are you sure about the data? And that's the moment where we were panicking. And it took us 5 days to debug and find finally that the dashboard should look like okay. Sorry for the technical issues. En fait, ça Okay, here we are. So the dashboard was looking this, and it should be looking this way. And the reason is, after 5 days of debugging, we figured out that there were data pipelines that were run twice, downstream, and at the end of the value stream, the ARR dashboard had so many duplicates, and the values were completely off. So this effort took us 5 days, 20 persons, trying to debug to get back to the root cause, which was raw data in a data lake. So it is needless to say that we lost 5 days, and also we lost the trust of the exec team, especially when few months later the dashboard was looking this way, except that the sales team was expecting the sales or the revenue to spike, which was not the case. And again, we had the same comment from the CFO, which was, are you sure about the data? So basically, we lost the trust of the CFO. We lost time. We were wasting time debugging and trying to find the root cause analysis of issues and not building value. And this concept is something that we already know in statistics, which is entropy. And let me first define what is data entropy. So data entropy is the tendency of things to become disordered. So basically, the more you add data, the more you add people, the more you add tools, the more you lose trust on the data. Complexity, heavier process, more incidents and higher impact are inevitable. And you need to manage this data entropy if you want to trust your data. Here are a few concrete examples of what data entropy can cost. Those are two public events. The first one is Unity, which is a game company, video game company that lost hundreds of millions because of bad data. The second one is Equifax, which is a publicly traded credit reporting agency, and they lost trust, reputation because of bad credit scores for millions of their users. And more concretely, data entropy will cost you almost half of the time of your data engineering, data scientists and data analysts, trying to figure the data issues, questioning the dashboard, questioning the machine learning data frames, the data models, etc. And Gartner estimated the overall cost of bad data quality to almost $15 million per year, per average on a company. So as you can see, a lot of bad things can happen because of bad data quality. So let's dig into why we need to take control of the data entropy and how. Let me go back to the early 2010, where software observability was a new thing. At that time, we were mostly focused on covering and observing two bottom layers of the software, which are the service layer and the infrastructure layer. And in this major category, we have so many tools already established, like Datadog. Cloud providers also have their own solutions. And as the data took more and more importance, and with the new waves of big data, machine learning, AI, and now large models, the data layer is becoming a true third layer on the software, and it doesn't make sense not to cover it with data observability. So in order to take control of your data, you need to fill this new gap, which is the data layer. And basically, the data layer is all your data pipelines, your data usage, your data infrastructure, who's consuming what, where the data is coming from. And as you can see, the data is important, but also this gap is huge. Let's zoom into this data observability and try how we can fill this gap. So basically, we will need 3 layers for data observability. The first layer is also inspired from the software observability, which is the foundations, where you need to collect logs, metrics, metadata, and lineage. And obviously, you need to do that dynamically, and this layer needs to be always sync with the data sources. On top of this building block, you will need to put on monitoring to detect anomaly. Monitoring is so many types of monitoring. You need to look at the completeness, the accuracy, the freshness, all the outliers, and the schema change. And on top of these 2 building blocks, obviously you need to put on a collaboration layer, which is acting as alerting, incident management, and automation. And to make sure that you fill this gap, you need to be able to implement these 3 pillars. And basically, that's what Sifflet is. It is a full stack data observability that will help you fill the gap and take control over your data entropy. So you may ask the question, who's concerned about data observability? And the answer is simple. Anyone who's acting as a data consumer or a data producer. So here I'm trying to summarize what a modern data stack can look like. As you can see, from the left to the right, we will start with raw data, trying to bring it to a refined and more granular insights. So to have an effective data observability, you need to monitor both ends of the chain of transformation of your data, right? So you need to take care of your data sources, your transformation, data storage, the activation, and also the data infrastructure, which brings all the people to the same team sport, which is data observability. So